shiny, more beautiful, more powerful, great. Let me jump there. You jump there. Markada Vairagya. In Sanskrit, we have a word called renunciation of the monkey. Monkey renounces one branch to catch other branch, but it doesn't stay with that branch. Within 2 seconds, it catches some other branch and renounces this branch also. Margada Vairagya. Renunciation of the monkey. No? When Bhagavan Buddha says, life is suffering, his first statement is that only. Life is dukkha, suffering. I attest, I second his opinion. Only when you understand life is suffering, you learn perseverance. When you take up a project, when you face suffering, you'll understand, hey, life is suffering. Let me stand with this suffering, with this project and see the end of it. Truth is life is joy. Fact is life is suffering. Till you experience truth, better be with fact. Vyavasayatmika buddhi keha kurunantana. Perseverance in any level, in any project, whether it is the inner world or outer world. Understand, even living enlightenment is a project. Jivan Mukti is a project. You take it up. It's a project, you take it up. To achieve the end of it, in the initial level, believing life is suffering will be much better. Because you will have perseverance. When you face different sufferings, different problems, you will know, no, life is suffering. Let me be stable. The stability will happen in you. When you don't understand life is suffering, the stability does not happen in you. There's a term I learned just 2 days before. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Just 2 days before, I was learning this word. I have teachers all around me. See, when you are ready to learn, you will have teachers, everybody all around you. Quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Let both of us be together. This is the way the collective illusions are spread. Collective delusions are created. For thousands of years, people were believing earth is flat because of collective delusion. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Collective delusion is the worst suffering a man can have. When you know life is suffering, you will have the perseverance. You will have the determination. You will have the vyavasayatmika buddhi. If you believe life is suffering, you will have the perseverance. You will have the determination to be stable and achieve. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi, fixed resolve. I tell you, which is a basic requirement for external and internal enlightenment. External and internal success. External and internal achievements. Once actually I landed upon a very deep, strong, sacred cognition in my life that I cannot be hurt. I cannot have any pain. I am the Atma. Atma cannot have any pain, suffering, nothing. It is pure space. It was so powerful and so strong. I went and took the knife and cut my thigh to check it. A child will not have a guts to take a knife and cut himself to check. Understand, I tell you, the power of the cognition was so much. I could not control myself testing it on me because I was too excited. Of course, I needed few more understanding. See, when I am the Atma, soul, I am not the body, and I cannot be destroyed, I don't have pain, I am beyond sufferings, then I should have tested that on my Atma, not on my body. I have tested it on with something I am not. See, the experience is sitting in the Atma, the cognition is sitting in the consciousness. But experimenting, I am doing it on my body. That understanding I gathered little later. But that cognition was so powerful. Even when there was a pain on the body, I did not feel bad for what I did. I did not feel bad about testing it. It was such an ecstasy. Wow, wow, wow. Like a long journey is over. Now I don't need to run around anywhere here and there. I am that rest, that restful awareness, that cognition was such an ecstasy. When I cut my thigh and went back to Annamalai Swamigal, he said, what you did is neither wrong nor right. I couldn't understand. What do you mean? He said, because of this cutting yourself, you got the click. Ultimately, that you are not the body. Actually, after that only he gave me the initiation into that Aham Spurana. The methodology of the Aham Spurana by great incarnation, Ramana Maharshi. It was transmitted to me by Annamalai Swamigal. So Ramana Maharshi is my Paramaguru. And Annamalai Swamigal transmitted that Aham Spurana, Anubhava into me, and which became reality when I was 12 in the Pavazhakundru. After that, once Annamalai Swamigal was telling me, now understand the thing you did, cutting your thighs, neither right nor wrong. Because you got the vision, you don't need sacrifice. You don't need to cut yourself again. If Annamalai Swamigal said cutting yourself is right, I would have been continuously doing that everywhere. And all of you will be sitting and cutting yourself. It is not right. Same way it is not wrong. You need certain kind of a ferociousness to do sacrifice till the vision clicks. That kind of a ferociousness is required for the vision to click. So because the ferociousness is required for the vision to click, the experimenting on yourself, cutting yourself, your thigh was not wrong. Because it is not required regularly, once the vision clicks, it is not right. Understand it properly. Sacrifice is required only till the vision clicks. Once the vision clicks, you don't need sacrifice. Because living enlightenment does not need sacrifice. It only needs the vision clicking in you. But till the vision clicks, you need to have the patience and perseverance, will, persistence. For that you need sacrifice. Shivajnana Anubhuti, Shivajnana Anubhava, Paramashivoham Anubhuti is a vision manifest, not torture or suffering. The fundamental cognitions are the principles the foundation principles you cognize decides whether you are going to build a materialistic ecosystem around you, so-called rational ecosystem around you, or an enlightened ecosystem around you. Please understand. All the so-called conclusions of the science and rationality is not rationally rational or scientifically scientific. All the cognitions, politicians, social leaders trying to infuse into you are not absolute truth or absolute right. Understand? Neither the cognitions are absolute truth, nor they are rationally rational or scientifically scientific. But unfortunately, the cognitions you cognize decides the quality of life you are going to have. Understand? The ultimate Tyagi, Paramashiva, reveals all the truths as it is in Vedas and Agamas for every one of us to live enlightenment and create an enlightenment ecosystem around us. Please understand. I want to tell you some of my own experiences. If you cognize life is pain, you are going to go on create pain. If you cognize life is bliss, you will go on be creating bliss. If you cognize life is hard work, you are continuously going to create hard work. If you cognize life is joy, you are going to continuously manifest joy. The good news is cognition is conscious process. You can recreate, rebuild, reform, rejuvenate, reinvent, recreate as you want. Cognition is conscious process, not unconscious, random happening. It's a conscious process. You can recreate, rejuvenate, reinvent, redesign, rebuild your conscious process.
devils, demons, rakshasas, rakshasis. Every day they go on vomiting poison. Then they also start attracting the people who are waiting for that poison. Understand, it is all about the frequency, the vibration for which you are waiting. Universe caters that to you. If you are waiting for frustration, negativity, Kalabhairava sends that. If you are waiting for enlightenment, positivity, powerful cognitions, Kalabhairava sends you that. I tell you, if you taste the Sattvika Ananda, means the bliss, powerfulness you enjoy when you empower others. For example, every day, all these deep secrets, the sacred secrets, powerful truths, I go on reveal. Every day people apply that in their life and they feel empowered, joyful. When I see their smile, I feel the joy of existence. And I feel empowered. I feel I should teach the truths more and more. I tell you, hard work gets you more hard work. Happy life gets you more happy life. Living enlightenment means vibrating in the frequency of the cosmic constitution, cosmic truths, universal truths, reverberating with the principles of the universal truths. You need to understand, when the universal truths become the source cognitions for you, when you start reverberating with the universal truths, cosmic constitution, the ultimate cognitions, Paramasatyas, Paramashivas Satyas. It is literally like an elephant entering into a hut. Paramashiva enters into your ignorance and shatters it. Understand how a small hut will be shattered if an elephant enters into it. Same way, when Paramashiva enters into your cognitions, the way you operate. Cognition means whatever you cognize as a life, good, bad, right, wrong, goal, obstacle, what should be done, what should not be done, how much you can do, all these cognitions you have. That is the fundamental decision-making mechanism of your life. I call that as a buddhi.
I can give you one small example. Very simple. Actually, I have done this in those days when I used to live in Bididi, the small group of disciples. Even now our Kailasavasis in Bididi can try this. I'll first explain. If you sit in front of our banyan tree, under a banyan tree, and Few people sitting in the Sabdarishi rocks in Ramanagara hill. The Ramanagara hill, there is a 7 rock under which there are caves where all the 7 rishis lived. Sabdarishis, even now they are living. That 7 rocks represents 7 Sabdarishis. It is their energy field. Few people should sit under the banyan tree and few people should go there and sit. And you can have a telephone connection, conversation. Just have that fork. You call that spoon fork, vibrating fork. Keep one fork under banyan tree, tuning fork. Keep one fork in that rock, the Sabdarishi rocks. Just vibrate the tuning fork in banyan tree. You will see that the fork on the Sabdarishi rock will vibrate intensely. You can try it today. You can video record it. Because this banyan tree and that Sabdarishi rock is deeply connected through a different frequency than what you understand. Through supernal effulgence they are connected. All the Sabdarishis sit there and listen to Paramashiva's Vedas and Upanishads and Agama teachings. The tuning fork, the resonance, matching a frequency will simply happen between our banyan tree and that Sabdarishi rock. You can check it. I think the distance physically maybe 2-3 kilometers. At least 2-3 kilometers. And I am talking about the air distance, not through road. By air, it must be at least 2-3 kilometers. But this tuning fork will vibrate the frequency for the 2-3 kilometers without any time gap. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Time and space the continuum of time and space is due to a stuff connecting both. That stuff is called Maya Tattva in Vedic tradition. It is not there, but it is there. Because the time and space, both the dimensions, do not have a clear border, kind of a watertight compartment border. No. Understand this very intensely. For example, if time and space put together is 100 meters, consider an 100-meter cloth as time and space. For some people, 60 meter is time, only 40 meter is space. For some people, only 30 meter is time,
70 meter is space. The time and space continuum and the way it exists as reality for you is not the way it exists as reality for others. That is why some people are so excited to wake up in the morning. Some people feel, oh God, I don't know why I need to open my eyes. Listen carefully. The outer world reality is perceived between certain frequencies. Like I gave the example, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz sound only can be perceived by any normal human being. Below 20 hertz or above 20,000 hertz, you can't perceive it. You can't hear it. If you experience, it's something extraordinary. Yesterday I saw, when I was giving the satsang itself, she was getting into that mood of anagata dvani, means the sound which is higher frequency than the 20,000 hertz. The experience you had, which you have not shared with anyone, is true. This reality which all of us are commonly sharing with the word called world. This is also between certain frequencies. For example, we will give the same like sound, 20 unit Maya to 20,000 unit Maya. It's only an example I am giving you. Between the 20 unit Maya, 20,000 unit Maya, the hertz for sound, Maya for the reality, I am using Maya word as a unit for reality. Between 20 unit Maya to 20,000 unit Maya, all of us common human beings can experience it as world, as reality. If it goes below 20 unit or above 20,000 unit, you start manifesting powers. Listen. If you unclutch intensely, it will go below 20 unit Maya. You become pure intense. If you go about 20,000 unit Maya, you become pure devotion, feeling connection. But in both you experience oneness. Suddhadvaita Sugabodham. One beautiful thing. This clarity, whether you unclutch and reach below 20 unit Maya or practice devotion, feel connected and reach above 20,000 unit Maya, you experience the same oneness. Sutta Advaita Sugabodham. If I initiate you into power manifestation, your whole body, mind starts getting grounded in that oneness space, Sutta Advaita Sugabodha. What you manifest is Shakti, not ordinary Siddhi. Because in our power manifestation, the more you practice, more you get grounded. Paramashiva's message directly from Sri Kailasa. Listen. The scene is always seen based on the frequency and quality of the existence of the seer. Seen is always seen based on the quality of the existence of the seer. The core of the seer chooses the quantity, quality, impact of the seen on himself and on others, who sees as part of his seen. Understand? Even what you think as others is part of your seen. So the base for the existence of your first person, second person, third person, all the three are the seer. So do not try to make the seen absolutely independent of the seer by dissolving the responsibility of the seer and the impact of the seer on the seen, whether first person, second person, or third person. Listen. I'll expand now. Fundamentally, you try to establish the seen is independent of seer so that you can put the responsibility for your life on others. When you realize the truth that seer is responsible for the seen, you need to work, alter, transform, evolve. That's too much of work. You can always say, oh, no. You can always find some false reason why external reasons are responsible, not your internal existence. So fundamentally, you try to build a narrative, grand narrative of the existence is independent of seer. Once you believe this, once you are convincing, once you are able to convince this false delusory idea within you, then you start blaming, then I am not responsible for what is happening outside. Then he is responsible, she is responsible, everyone. So if your guru is asking you to look in and find you are responsible, abuse him also. Understand? The fundamental delusion is making the seen independent of the influence of the seer. Then the seer can claim always victimhood. Understand? Unfortunately, the cosmos will make you a victim if you continuously claim victimhood. Fortunately, cosmos will make you a leader if you continuously claim and realize that you are the leader and responsible for everything. That's the beauty of life.
That's the beauty of life. Even to cheat others, never ever use victimhood, because you will start believing it and cosmos will say tathastu to it. Never. Never do that mess. Understand? This one curse I will never want even my enemies to have, even people who cherish enmity towards me. I will never want them to have this suffering. Feeling that they are victim of the universe or the cosmos or the humanity or the whole. That's the worst hell.
Yes. So essentially, whenever we are suffering and whenever we feel pained by what's happening in our lives, the fundamental problem is that we are convinced that there is an outer problem, that there is an outer cause because of which we are suffering. And we forget the truth that we are actually suffering because of something inside. And it is this cognition, this feeling that we have inside that is actually creating what we see outside. That is why actually suffering has no end at all, unless we decide to drop it and to come back to a space of positivity. Suffering will just never end, because we are convinced that we attach our suffering to some events, to some incidents, but in reality it is not attached. We create it ourselves.
Yes. So in one of the previous sessions, like one of the previous days of Paramashivoham, you would have heard Swamiji talking about the pain shaft that we create. That there are incidents in our life where we experience pain. We, due to the experience of pain, we are creating a perception of suffering, and we attach all of those to bring a whole flow, and we think that life is suffering. But the real truth is that the pain shaft, the the suffering that we experience does not even exist. So in this very video, Swamiji was explaining about the Maya Tattva, that which does not exist, but it shows to us as if it exists. That is the definition Paramashiva has given for Maya Tattva in the Agamas. And even in one of Adi Shankaracharya's commentary, he had explained, elaborated on the truth on the experience of Maya. What is Maya? It is, in our life there are things that we experience, we think that these things are real, they show these experiences that we have in our life, they show to us as if they are real, but they are actually not. That is Maya.
Yes. So let us now take some time to reflect on these truths and how the suffering is happening in our lives. And now, when you think you are a child, the moment you think your whole life is going to be childhood and a toy is going to add so much joy and will be your eternal companion, right? This is how children think. And actually, all fears, greed, suffering, pains, pleasure, whatever you call as life, guilt, engrams, everything is nothing but looking with a very short view of a few hours of your awareness. You do not think and plan looking at the whole life. Okay, so this is another powerful cognition that Swamiji has revealed, or ultimate truth actually. How we suffer, always seeing a very narrow aspect of our life, and we always miss to see the full picture. And in fact, Swamiji even said that anyone who can have a larger vision about the whole life, about existence, will never have suffering. Okay, so that is one thing we can contemplate. And all our suffering is because of undue importance given to our greed and our fears. And for example, if you understand by falling into sleep that you are not going to lose anything and you are going to come back, you will not have fear to fall asleep, and therefore you will not have insomnia either. So actually, maybe some of us may not understand why is that example given with sleep, but actually unconsciously, many of us have that, because when you fall asleep, it's actually a debt when we have to let go of our ego, what all we are attached to. And so unconsciously, we actually have the fear of falling asleep many times because we have to completely let go of all that. And it is the altered states of awareness that are responsible for all the sufferings that we have in our lives and all the misunderstandings that we have in our life. So I think, especially this topic is going to be covered in depth in Paramashivoham Level 3, how the crossings of the dream state, sleep, and when you are awake in the daytime, but having the influence of the dream state, all these lower states of consciousness crisscrossing each other are the cause of all the depression, tiredness, suffering, and all of that. So if we can actually have, let's say, healthy states of consciousness, be intensely active, have deep sleep, and have the capacity to experience higher states of consciousness, we will not face all these sufferings, pains, and all of that. Okay. So I hope that you are clear on this set of understandings that we have covered, and feel free to share your revelations, your understandings, your question, as this is an important topic. And now we'll be actually having a short technique that is given in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. And okay, so we'll now be introducing a very simple technique that is actually given in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra to see how the states of awareness influence our desires and our thoughts. So you'll just be putting your head down, sitting in a relaxed way. So you can just like rest your back and rest your neck without completely lying down. Okay. You may just sit, like have your legs crossed and just rest your back and rest your neck, and we'll be spending just a few minutes in that posture. If you really feel sleepy, then maybe you can have a cup of coffee or something so that you are awake during the meditation, the technique. And what you'll see is that after a few minutes of resting your neck, all your desires, fear, everything will be different. It will start switching. You will relax from the preoccupations that you have in the active state, the state that you have to run your life, to attend this program and all that. You start shifting. And you may start having desire like now that you want to stretch your leg or you want to change your posture so that it's more comfortable. You'll be feeling like, okay, can I just stretch the body a little more? Or you start feeling that, oh, maybe soon we are going to be over and maybe I will go and lie down. So all these kind of desires and thoughts will start changing because your state of awareness itself is changing. Okay. And now after that we'll be contemplating, and because when you are able to observe how the state of awareness changes all your desires and all your preoccupations, so to speak, you will understand how what all causes us suffering, as we said, when the perception of life becomes completely narrow, how superficial that is, how that can change with just a simple awareness change. Okay, so have awareness, have be conscious so that you can experience and you can understand this nuance that we are trying to show through this meditation. Again, from the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, meditation to come out of suffering. Okay, so we'll be showing the assignment in case you missed it. You can relax yourself, and you don't need to completely lie down. Just rest your neck. Make sure that your neck is resting. Yeah, actually, Swamiji said that if you really want to fall asleep and change, when the state of consciousness changes, all you need to do is to rest your neck. Okay, so if you can actually just rest your neck, you will fall asleep even immediately. Now here, with our awareness, you will not be falling asleep, just transitioning to different states. So we hope that you are ready. Just relax, be seated, but rest your back, rest your neck, and just witness what is going on inside you, how the thoughts are changing, how you are relaxing from the previous thought currents that we have. So certain things that seem to be so important, so pressing, suddenly they don't matter anymore so much. Witness all of that going on inside you, and just be in that posture for a few minutes. Let's start. Yes. You can come back to your present awareness. You can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And we hope that all our participants are still with us after this meditation. And yes, you can come back and just take a few minutes and just contemplate. See how within just few minutes, and when you just change your awareness, how easily the thoughts and all the thought currents, all the preoccupations inside have changed. And yes, we see some of you who are coming back just now. If you missed the beginning, let us know. We'll guide you further. Feeling very relaxed, yes. So just contemplate, see what kind of thinking you had just before that, just before we started this meditation, and how within just a few minutes, just of relaxing, even though you did not do anything, you did not solve any of your problems, you did not do anything to solve your suffering, nothing. You just changed your awareness just for a few minutes. But even then, your whole thought currents, all your preoccupations have changed. You may even forget some of your problems, some of your sufferings. Okay, it just disappears with a simple shift of awareness. So now take a few minutes to just contemplate and see how, whenever you are in these moments of suffering, of pain, how you forget everything else, focusing only on these negative aspects of your life, forgetting the whole larger vision, forgetting your other dimensions, forgetting what you love in your life, forgetting your successes, forgetting everything, just narrowing everything down to only that. And with this clarity, that it is so superficial that you can even forget it within few minutes. Now look back at it and realize how this suffering is just a projection. It is your own cognition, your own feeling that you are projecting on the outside, on the incidents. Okay, I hope that is clear. Just take a few minutes to contemplate and internalize that. It should be like a realization. We use words only to guide you. Then by yourself inside, you need to digest this so that it clicks, so that you should have that click that yes, I'm suffering so much because of this, but it's actually completely subjective and ephemeral. Okay, so let us spend a few minutes now and contemplate on this. All right. So I hope that you had the click, you are able to see, able to understand how most of our suffering is really superficial and self-created, self-sustained. All right. So let's now move on. If you have any understandings, anything to share from this session, please do so in the Zoom chat. And we'll be now starting with our power manifestation round. And you can all get ready with the blindfold, as we'll be showing the image on the screen. We also request the participants who haven't activated their cameras to please do so and be visible within the frame and get ready for the power manifestation.
Yes. So it is very important for all of us to manifest these powers once we go over with the learning, with listening and understanding the sacred truth that Swamiji has revealed to us. So the first 25% happened when we were listening to Swamiji revealing these great truths. Then another part of experiencing the truth happens when we are internalizing these truths, when we are understanding how are these truths directly applicable in our lives. Now, coming to the last part of understanding and experiencing a truth is by manifesting the truth as a reality in your life. That happens through this power manifestation. So the powerful cognition that all of you have understood, just reverberate with that understanding in your Ananda Gandha. As we are beginning with the power manifestation now, we request all the participants to quickly get your blindfolds.
Yes, we see some of the participants who have literally just come back from the meditation. And welcome back. We'll be now starting with the power manifestation with the third eye reading. You can tie the blindfold as we'll be showing the image on the screen in just a few moments. You can settle down, make sure that your eyes are covered, and start to chant the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Bring your awareness to the third eye. Connect with Swamiji in your inner space. And remember yourself as Paramashiva. Unclutch from any happening, everything that goes on inside. Decide to be in a space of completion. We will now be showing the image on the screen. Yes, you can start seeing through the third eye, and let's enter into this round of the third eye reading.
Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Yes. So you can remove the blindfold and start sharing whatever you have seen through the third eye. And you share every details, colors, perceptions, feelings, and whatever you have seen, whatever Paramashiva showed you through the third eye, please share in the Zoom chat. And you can see how the more you sit with Swamiji to manifest this power, how your inner space becomes more and more complete, more and more powerful, and you start seeing that simply all the sufferings become irrelevant. Whenever you feel that you have so much of inner space available to you, you will just naturally be established in the space of completion. That is why we always encourage all of you to involve more and more in the power manifestation, because you are directly entangling with Swamiji at that moment. All right. So we'll be having a quick round so that we can enter into the next session and complete it on time. So we'll be having a quick look at the image. You can continue to share in the meantime. And as you can see, we were showing an image of Manhattan, and Machunyu is saying I saw lots of blue and round things. Okay, all right. Anybody else wants to share? So there is blue, and there are different kinds of shapes of buildings. Some of them are round, some of them are rectangle, triangular. So there are different kinds of shapes, and the river, blue river, is there also at the background, and the sky, also a bit of blue sky is there, and lots of things. That's the characteristic, because it's obviously extremely crowded and busy. And so you have seen some of the aspects of this picture. And yes, if the other participants want to share as well, you can do so. We'll now start the next session, as we said, so that we'll be having time to also complete the internalization after that. And the next session is about completion with victimhood. And when it comes to victimhood, now the common conventional and understandings that most of us will have is, again, how the outside is causing harm to us. And the whole point is that the understanding, the right understanding, is the other way around. It is because we have that kind of a pattern, that kind of an inner space, that we manifest this on the outside. We'll be having incompletion, feeling violated already inside, because of which we manifest these situations, situations of victimhood. Or more generally, victimhood is not just about bullying or something, but it's about not manifesting what you want, not owning your reality, just allowing things to happen accidentally by default, and so on.
So we'll be learning about how many times in our life we enjoy this victimhood, that we see that things are being done to us, and because we do not want to take responsibility for our lives, we do not want to take the reins of our life in our hands, because we'll have to start working towards it. This is the exact word Swamiji had revealed in just the previous Jnana video we had watched, where Swamiji is explaining it is because it is work that we have to start doing on ourselves, for being able to take responsibility of our lives in our hands. Just because we do not want to look into that component of us, we do not want to look into that part of us, we allow this victimhood mentality to happen in us, and we start enjoying this victimhood.
Yes. And let us now come to the space of listening. Let us start this session and receive the powerful cognitions from Swamiji. And after that, we'll be having a few minutes to reflect and imbibe all of it.
Paramashiva's message from Sri Kailasa. Do not make your impossibilities sacred by justifying them to yourself and others. Do not make your powerlessness as your identity by consciously justifying their existence to yourself and to others. Listen, all your powerlessness, your problems, your impossibilities get solidified. It becomes arrogance. Your strong core component, when you decide to justify their existence within you and to others. I have seen people saying, oh, I was brought up by my stepmother, that is the reason I have all the problems. Over. Now, all your problems, you made it very sacred. You have given them the right to exist in you, in others. Understand? When you say, oh, my root pattern is the root cause of all these impossibilities I have. Morning, why did you not create coffee properly? That is the question husband asked. And you start, oh, my root pattern is the problem. The moment you start justifying the existence of your ignorance, impossibilities, powerlessness, the mess up you do because of non-involvement, your own tamas, the moment you justify them to yourself with some reason, and the moment you justify them with some reason to others, you made them as arrogant, strong inside you. If you know it is your root pattern, just burn them. Knowledge that your problems are from your root pattern is given to burn them, not to justify the problem and give the sacred status to the problem. Whenever you justify your problems to yourself, you make that arrogant. When you justify your problems to others, you make that as a solid part of your identity. When others also agree, your problems have some reason. Over. You made your problems sacred. Now you will start worshipping your powerlessness. Do not make your impossibilities sacred by justifying them to yourself and others. Do not make your powerlessness as your identity by consciously justifying their existence to yourself and to others. Listen, all your powerlessness, your problems, your impossibilities get solidified. It becomes arrogance. Your strong core component, when you decide to justify their existence within you and to others. I have seen people saying, oh, I was brought up by my stepmother. That is the reason I have all the problems. Over. Now, all your problems, you made it very sacred. You have given them the right to exist in you, in others. Understand? When you say, oh, my root pattern is the root cause of all these impossibilities I have. Morning, why did you not create coffee properly? That is the question husband asked. And you start, oh, my root pattern is the problem. The moment you start justifying the existence of your ignorance, impossibilities, powerlessness, the mess up you do because of non-involvement, your own tamas, the moment you justify them to yourself with some reason, and the moment you justify them with some reason to others, you made them as arrogant, strong inside you. If you know it is your root pattern, just burn them. Knowledge that your problems are from your root pattern is given to burn them, not to justify the problem and give the sacred status to the problem. Whenever you justify your problems to yourself, you make that arrogant. When you justify your problems to others, you make that as a solid part of your identity. When others also agree, your problems have some reason. Over. You made your problems sacred. Now you will start worshipping your powerlessness.
Listen to this truth again. Sadashiva made all of us in his own sea. S-E-E. I don't want to conclude it as seeing or seeing. See. Because one more understanding I want to share with you. Only if some matter is connected to you, you feel that as me. For example, as long as your hands are connected to you, you feel that as you. You can handle it. You can do what you want with it. You can stretch, push, pull, up, down, all. But if your third eye is awakened, you enter into the next frequency. Everything you see, you know, is the material out of which you are made, is the same material out of which whatever you are seeing is also made. So, you just know how to deal with the matrix. You just know the matter becomes your own extension. Anything you see becomes your own extension. Looks too big. I know for most of you, even understanding is so difficult. How is it going to happen to me? When is it going to happen to me? After going through so much of attack from all corners of the world, I mean, there is no suffering.
Understand, you can always sacrifice the achievements, pleasantness, bliss, joy related to your past. You can always forget that you completed PhD. But you can never forget you got delayed for one of your examination because you spent time with your girlfriend. Or you slept and you did not appear for that examination. That pain you will be carrying even now. sacrificing the past related pains, understanding even factually, many of your pains are unjustified and incorrect. Understanding even factually, your pains are not supported, justified by the reality, real happening is completion. I am repeating. Even factually, as per the real happening, what has happened, if you look what has happened from all dimensions, even your pains are not justified. Your pains are not really right. Even your pains do not have justification to exist in you. If you see the past happenings multidimensionally, is completion with the past. I tell you, how much ever you say, no, I know I have some pains which are absolutely justified. No. You may be Guni, you may be Kaikeyi, you may be Surpanaga, you may be Danganaka Duck, Danganaka Dick, I don't care. You are wrong. Listen carefully. Listen again. I am repeating. Looking at your past with the multidimensional logic and understanding and waking up to the truth, your pains, your sufferings are not justified even logically, even factually, even as per the reality of happening. Is completion. Doing tyaga of the false idea, many wrong things have been done to you. Lot of injustice is done to you. Is the real tyaga. Understand, only if you have done the sacrifice of your pain and justifications for your pain, you will understand even in the past you existed as Paramashiva, and you will gain confidence. Even in the future you can manifest your Paramashivatva. This is the fundamental truth. And there will be gap between what I am saying, what you think as your reality. I know there will be few people saying, no, Swamiji, you don't know my life, Swamiji. You don't know my life. I have pain, I had pain, and it is justified. I can sit with each one of you individually and make you understand every incident, every time you felt you have been wronged, injustice is done to you, you have been given pain, you have been a victim. Every situation, I can take it out and show you multidimensionally and make you understand you have not been wronged. Even the facts, you got it wrong. That is why you feel you have been wronged. Understand? End of the day, whether you believe or not, I am Paramashiva. From that space, I am talking to you. And I am here to expose your false identity to you and make you real Paramashiva. Understand? When I claim I am Paramashiva, I am not claiming exclusivity. I am claiming my reality and your possibility. I am not claiming anything exclusive. I am claiming my reality and your possibility. That is why I am saying, I have changed the word. I am also Paramashiva. I am not going to claim anymore, I am Paramashiva. I am going to claim only, I am also Paramashiva. Understand? If I am successful in making you sacrifice the one pattern, you have been wronged. There was many injustice done to you. You have been victim. You have been cheated. Life has tortured you. Life could have been little more better. Life could have been more sympathetic. Paramashiva could have been more compassionate to you. All these patterns, if I make you sacrifice, if I make you do tyaga of all these patterns, my job is done. My job is done. You will start manifesting, Swamiji, I am Paramashiva, Swamiji. You are right, Swamiji. I should not have tortured you so much to make you go through so much to make me understand this simple, straightforward fact. I should have got it the day one you told me. Understand, it is simple, straight reality. Only the conscious, ferocious decision can make you powerless, can make you get out of powerlessness, can make you free from powerlessness. Understand? I tell you. I'll tell you what is tyaga. It's like you got into an accident, vehicle crashed, you are almost gone other than one single breath to somehow push your body out and get out of the vehicle. That moment how you will push yourself and get out of the vehicle, that is what is declaration of tyaga. Collecting your whole energy and pushing you, come on. I am declaring tyaga of this old mind and identity. The whole thing. Understand? I tell you, that is the way tyaga functions, that is the way tyaga works out. Tyaga will never happen by your mind getting convinced and supporting you. It's not like a vacation you are planning, where everything will be in your favor and you say, oh, ha, jujil. No. Tyaga is breakthrough in your consciousness. I tell you. All the best moments in my life was decisions made in utter tyaga. Never go back to what you vomited. Never go back to secured, cozy, supporting ambience. renounce higher and higher. The moment you go higher, renounce that also. When you go next level, renounce that also, but never come down. I have seen how the Tyaga works. When I left the house to build one ashram, before even I completed that one ashram, see, I left the house to build one ashram in Tiruchengodu. Before even I completed that one ashram, I left Tiruchengodu to build a huge sangha to Bangalore. Before even I completed the building of the big sangha organization, I renounced that too to build this Kailasa nation. But nothing has left me. I have not renounced anything. End of the day, see that still the first ashram is getting constructed, getting completed. Second one is evolving in a full-fledged way. The third one is already happened. In Tyaga, you change the whole space inside. I tell you. I am giving you small examples. In Tyaga, you don't lose anything. You only lose one thing, the powerless mental setup. The powerless mental setup you carry, you lose that. You break that. Do not expect your mind to get convinced about Tyaga and you doing Tyaga. No. If your mind is convinced, then it is a cunningness. It's a trap. You just decide, hey, I heard about Paramashiva. I don't have a complete route to become Paramashiva, but I am deciding. Whatever with little known, I am going to fly towards Paramashiva. The power to take absolute risk is Tyaga. Power to take absolute risk consciously, ferociously, and then stick to it. No question of turning back. No question of turning back. Every time when people are deluded, the only question they raise, Swamiji, somehow I am not having that confidence, decision, I should do Tyaga. Only then you should do Tyaga. You are now sick, deluded. Breaking the old identities, fears. Throwing away all the so-called securities, plan Bs, backups. is Tyaga. That is Tyaga. Tyaga gives absolute fresh life. It breathes fresh life into you. It actually breathes fresh situations, lives, understandings. You are real son of the cosmos. You are real daughter of the cosmos. And you are extension. When your son or daughter wants to fulfill their reality, manifest their reality, you celebrate. That is what the meaning of the real son or real father, real daughter and real father. Cosmos celebrates your will's completion. The good news I have for you, planets actually celebrate when you want to manifest something. Actually, they torture you because you don't want to manifest. You are stuck with your laziness, boredom, tiredness, victim pattern, stupidity, self-sympathy, self-doubt, all that. To wake you up, they torture you. But the moment you make it clear, I am not going to be victim for SDHD anymore. I am not going to be bored, tired, destroying myself anymore. I am going to manifest the reality as I want. I tell you, whenever you stand up as a man to manifest your reality, you become non-violent, you become loving, you become caring, you become beautiful, you become sweet. Understand? Romance with the life, manifesting what you want, both are one and the same. Somebody who wants to manifest what they want will not have time and energy to destroy others. Destroying is not at all a big job, understand. Any fool can destroy any big man. It's not a big thing. It's manifestation, creation. That is the real thing. I tell you, whenever you want to manifest what you want in your life, cosmos celebrates you. Sadashiva supports you. Planets align to you. Real parihara, the graha parihara, dosha parihara is using your will and declaring to yourself and the cosmos what you want to manifest. I tell you, when you decide what you want to manifest, cosmos only supports you because you are real son of the cosmos. Understand next time, whenever you have a problem, you are real son, you are real daughter. So, you don't have to worry that can my will override? Can my will override? No. Understand? This very idea, overriding, is from the concept of good and bad, right and wrong, opposite. You are not opposite party to cosmos. You are extension of cosmos.
Understand? The most powerful sacred truths, when it is lived, it explodes as intense love. Love for people. love for yourself, love for others. Understand? People who try to infuse poison, violence, vengeance, anger, frustration, feeling exploited, victim mood, all that in you will be very sweet, but they'll just destroy, demolish and go away. It's like a driver of the bulldozer smiling does not mean he's doing good to your home. He's bulldozing it. And he smiles at you and says, "Hi, how are you? Wow." And he is bulldozing. It's like cops give the ticket for $200 and say, "Have a good day, have a nice day." After $200 ticket, they tell you, "Have a nice day." Understand? Anyone wants to achieve whether power manifestation or enlightenment, sincere work on your consciousness is required. Consistent, persistent. Work on your consciousness. I strongly recommend all of you every day try to read the Bhagavad Gita commentary I wrote. See, the whole Hinduism is based on Vedagamas. Essence of Vedagamas is Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. Prasthanatraya, we call it. All acharyas, all sampradayas write their own commentary for this three book. But this three book is the core. Everyone accepts that non-controversially. Whether you are a Shaivite or Vaishnavite, Shakta or Gaumara, Yogi, Vedanta, Siddhanta, Agamanta, whatever sampradaya you may be, all accept authority of the Vedagamas and all accept non-controversially this three book, Prasthanatrayam, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita. This three book is accepted as the core book, or I should say the core principle of Hinduism.
All right. So again, many powerful understandings that Swamiji has given us. And I think one of the main understandings that we need to have was what Swamiji said at the very beginning, how the moment we start justifying our suffering and then getting the support of people who console us and support our suffering, that makes our problems sacred. And then once that happens, we will no longer get out of it. So this is something that we really need to contemplate. See, any situation that we face, okay, even extremely negative situation, we always have the freedom whether to feel violated, powerless, negative, or to face it with powerfulness and completion. That is always in our hands. We always have the freedom. If you see Swamiji's life, how much Swamiji has been attacked, but Swamiji had always had a smile on his face, never depressed, always powerful. And so that freedom is always there. Now we choose to be in suffering. We decide to be in suffering and then we decide to sustain it. Now the problem is when we associate our suffering with the incidents, as Swamiji was saying, by the way, he was saying, "Oh, I'm suffering because I was raised by my stepmother." So like that, anything happens in our life, we can make it into a suffering if we want. And even just depending on our mood, if we feel tired, one day we'll feel that what's happening is negative. We already covered how even if a friend comes inside the room, you'll feel it is negative. But if you feel good and energetic, you will feel that it is something great. So like that, we have the freedom. So now it's important to look back into our past and see there will be some dimensions of our life in which we consider that this part of my life is a suffering. These events of my life are a source of suffering. And because the suffering is attached with the incidents, we will never complete and we will never move forward unless and until we look within and bring the completion and see how it is us who have created and sustained that suffering, and eventually getting the support of people also who tell us, yes, what happened to you is really hard, it is you must be suffering a lot. We always get the support of people. And so this is how we make our problems sacred. This is the moment you have a problem, you should just drop it and be in completion, be powerful. So we'll be now showing the assignment. Let's spend just a few more minutes sincerely looking in and completing with all the suffering patterns in our lives. And to start with, just identify 5 feelings of victimhood in your life and situations where you feel victimhood. And we have few examples on the screen. Could be at home or at work, whatever in your life, whatever you feel the victimhood. And when you see these feelings and these situations, look within and see how you already have the feeling violated inside. You're not violated because of the situation itself, but because you have the feeling violated inside. Okay, so this is the first clue, the first guideline. And then also look within, as we just said, the areas of your life where you attach the suffering, justify the suffering. Okay, so I hope that is clear. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and let us spend a few more minutes internalizing, looking within and bringing the completion. So hope that you are able to contemplate and always remember, maybe one of the main takeaways, whenever you are experiencing suffering, always keep in mind it is not factually justified. How much ever we use facts and look at facts to justify the suffering that we have within, feeling that this person has done wrong to me or life is doing wrong to me, whatever it may be, it is always an incompletion with it. If you attend to it inside, then you'll also see that the situation and everything gets cleared outside as well. All right. So with this, we have come to the end of today's Paramashivoham sessions, going beyond pain and sufferings, and we hope that you are able to gain the insights that you need to be in completion and live with joy and bliss. And don't hesitate to share your feedback or any questions that you have. And we invite you again for tomorrow, another very powerful and very interesting topic. Tomorrow will be about past life regression, and we'll be discovering about past lives and different processes that will allow us to retrieve past life memories, coming into deeper level of completion with the past. And we'll be having special processes tomorrow where we will be guided into past life regression meditations. So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting topic. Some of these meditations you can even learn and practice again by yourself on your own after that, if you really want to awaken the past life memories. So make sure to be there. Most likely the past life regression sessions are scheduled just before the darshan. I think some of you are not all the time available before darshan, so we want to inform you so that you don't miss the process. We expect it to be so. It's yet to be confirmed, but yes, tomorrow very powerful processes, and so we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for that. And again, make sure to be there morning Nityananda Yoga, 3 hours to prepare the body and mind and build a consciously powerful body that supports us to achieve the transformation that we seek. And now we will not be holding you any longer. Let us conclude with the Purna Mantra. Let us offer our gratitude to Swamiji for today's processes, today's sessions and initiations that have helped us to go beyond pain and suffering.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्.
Thank you all. Nityanandam.
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्